it's Lauren Messiah, your personal fashion stylist here, and we are continuing on in the Style for the Ages Work Edition series. If you missed the intro video, or if you missed the last one, which was for dressing in your 20s, please hit the reverse button and check those out before you jump into this one. This video is for the women in their 30s. Okay, so I am currently in my 30s, so I might have a lot to say here. Just drag me off with a cane if that's the case. But when you're in your 30s, I feel like, maybe just because I'm here, but it's the most critical age when it comes to your style. When you're in your 30s, now we're like making a little bit of money here. Now we're advancing, we're working up the corporate ladder, we're doing better in our entrepreneurial endeavors. Whatever the case may be, like, you are really starting to gain some momentum here. And as I described in the introduction video, I have firsthand felt the sting of dressing in my 20s when I was well into my 30s. And that really affected me negatively in business meetings, press opportunities. Everyone's like, oh, okay, cute little girl, go do your thing. And they didn't see me as the powerful woman in my 30s that I am. I also had that like holy shit moment of I'm profitable, I'm successful, I know where I'm going in life. Why am I still dressing in the same clothes I was wearing when I was struggling and kind of climbing, up to the top? Now, don't get me wrong, like in our 30s, we're not at the top yet. And a lot of us think we are, like, oh, whatever, I know everything. That's not the case. Like, we still have further to go, but now is really that like make or break it, prove yourself. So we need to come suited up in the right gear with the right attitude so we can really succeed. So my main tips for women in their 30s trying to dress for their career is, one, really understanding your brand, what you stand for. Whether you're working for yourself or working for someone else, what is the message that you want to carry across when people see you, interact with you, read your email? What is that brand? What is that message? And make sure that you're dressing to fit that. Now that you're in your 30s, something else that I really believe in is we're making a bit more money now. We might not be rolling in the riches how we want to be, but you are making more money than you were in your 20s. So that means we can invest in our wardrobes more. We can start buying higher quality pieces, whether it's contemporary labels, a little bit of designer here and there, but we want to taper off of the fast fashion. We want to use it super sparingly. All right, so instead of in our 20s where everything was from Zara, H&M, Topshop, we want to start using that in little tiny bits and pieces, because that's going to make us look way too young if we're head to toe trend, head to toe cheap. It's just not a good look, okay? So that's the types of things I want you to think about when you're shopping. But right now, we're gonna bust into some outfits. Here we go. For this first look, these are actually pieces that are affordable. These are actually from Topshop, which I think, like I said before, it's good to use this stuff, but sparingly. So you would take an outfit that maybe is from Topshop, but you would pair it with some slammin' designer heels or a really nice bag that says you mean business, okay? So it's all about mixing that high and low and making sure your high is high, okay? So this top here, this is from Topshop. And funny enough, I bought this top for myself last week by the brand Eero, and it just didn't fit right. And then I found this one from Topshop and it fit a lot better. The quality was not all that different. So this is a good piece that you'll actually wear and it doesn't look too trendy. So no one's gonna think oh my God, she's Little Miss Topshop and she's in her 30s. And same with this skirt. Now, in a perfect world, we would invest in a really nice leather skirt. But, if you're just in your early 20s and you don't want to spend that much, this is also from Topshop, but see how this looks you mean business? It's much different than those outfits that I showed for women in their 20s, where we had, jumpsuits and frills and stripes and all these things. These are like a more mature stripe. These are more business-oriented cuts that say business. And again, like putting this with a nice bag, a great pair of shoes. We can even upgrade with like a really nice necklace. This is from Nordstrom, so we're getting kind of that floss factor in there. You can go back to one of my older videos when I talk about the floss factor. These kind of baller pieces are what is gonna make you stand out in the office and have people take you more seriously. So that's like a little bit more, to me, that's like still has youth, but it still has a little bit of seriousness. And I think that's a really fun balance that you can do in your 30s. So here's another example of that, of like, we're still having a little bit of fun, but we're also getting a little bit serious. So investing is something that I was talking about. These pants are from Stella McCartney. Now, instead of wearing leggings, which is not a cute look when you're in your 30s, it's not work appropriate, get a stepped up pair of leggings. So these still have the comfort, but they have a lot more style, a lot more quality. Sure, you might invest a little bit more money in them, but you're gonna wear these again and again and again. Now, to add a little fun, this top from Equipment. So we've got the business, with a little button down. I think it's really cute with the short sleeves, perfect for spring. And then this fun bee print. Now, usually a print like that would be seen as something really juvenile, but because it's so small and so subtle, it almost looks like a polka dot. So you can still have that fun without being like too trendy. You could even add a blazer, and I talk a lot about these blazers by Citizen's Mark. They are great. They're a little bit more of an investment, but since we're in our 30s, we can swing it and it's gonna last you forever. So this makes this look a bit more serious, which I really love. And I'm really hooked on this bee print, by the way. I'll be wearing this. Dresses are another great option when you're in your 30s. Like, it's a great go-to for a work meeting. You can still rock sleeveless because your arms are still on point. You could also throw a blazer or a sweater over it. But this, another Stella McCartney, this is one of my go-to brands as a woman in her 30s. The fit's right, it plays enough with trends, but not too much where it's like out of control young. But a nice, like, respectable length. We've got bodycon, because we're spending our money at the gym, so we want to show it off a bit. So I like this because it blends professionalism with fun. And then speaking of dresses, so there's something to be said about a nice casual jersey dress. And this is great, obviously, for the weekend, but when you have these pieces that you can mix in with more professional pieces, you could belt this, you could wear a structured bag with it. Like, everything doesn't have to be so serious. Like this dress, although I have to admit, it still has the comfort level of a dress like this. It might be a bit much for your environment, but think about how you can take basics and kind of step them up to make them fit with a more professional you. Like, you could even do, like a little cool crossbody action. You could put a nice vest over top of it, a big tote bag, instead of the little bag. But you want to think like, how can I take what I have and kick it up to the next level so people take me seriously? Just wearing this dress to work, it ain't gonna cut it. You're gonna look lazy. Looks like your weekend frock. But adding these great structured pieces, if you haven't downloaded my Ultimate Wardrobe Checklist, things like that go on top of these will really take you up a notch for the workplace. So another little outfit, I'm actually wearing it, and I would not wear this to work. Like, I got my little bustier out, that whole situation. But I do want to speak to the versatility of some pieces. This dress is Diane von Furstenberg. When I saw it on the rack, I was kind of like, maybe I'll use this for like the women in their 50s videos, because it like buttons all the way up, and if you don't wear jeans underneath, it's just like a kind of a conservative dress, which sometimes, depending on your work environment, that's something that you might need. But I took this and turned it into like a little kimono. I put jeans underneath it to make it more fashion forward. So you can really play with the pieces in your wardrobe and still have that versatility, like I talked about in your 20s, of not just having like this work wardrobe. I can only wear that dress to work. No, you could like zhuzh it up and wear it on the weekend or wear it on a date. So think about shopping for your wardrobe. For, specific needs, of course, I'd say your career wardrobe trumps any other because it's going to help you make more money. But if you can stretch that look and make it more versatile, please do. I had no idea that I would like this dress, but I'm legit like totally hooked on it. And if I had to do something that was a little more serious, I could definitely button this up, roll up the sleeves, and it's something youthful enough for a woman in her 20s. I mean 20s. Am I 20? No, I'm 30. That's right. So those are my little outfits for women in their 30s. If you want to learn more, I literally wrote the book on it and it's free. So go right below this video and download my Style for the Ages free ebook. And I want to see your looks. If you are a woman in her 30s and you are dressing fly as I don't know what for work, take a picture, put it on Instagram, and tag me at Lauren Messiah because I want to see what you are working with. Okay, so that was that. Check me in the next video because we are going to tackle women in their 40s and what they should be wearing.